Welcome back, everyone, to my weekly Dragon Oracle card series. Can't believe this is week 11. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope that you are too. The Dragon card for this week, the week of August 31st, 2025, is the Black Dragon. So the Black Dragons actually cocoon us in a way of protection, so that we can grow our divine potential. They remind us that meditation and reflection are ways that we can cultivate this potential, this divine potential. And they want to provide this protection and support while we undergo this metamorphosis. So similar to a butterfly, but different. When we are cultivating our divine potential, what we are drawing upon is the wisdom, the ancient wisdom that we've carried with us through all of our incarnations up to this point. And the Black Dragons are recognizing that opportunity to support us in a protective way so that we can really go deeper with that, deeper into that, relying on that, accessing that, and manifesting that ancient wisdom that we carry within us, our higher wisdom. It's the same, our higher wisdom, our ancient wisdom, so that we can really cultivate how to really fine-tune manifesting that in our daily experiences, our daily human experiences. So there is an opportunity to go deeper in this. We have that access. We just want to cultivate it and go deeper. So my name is Gia, and I am an intuitive energy reader and healer. And if you'd like me to help clear the pathway for you to welcome in the support of these Black Dragons, I would be delighted to offer a reading for you. If you reach out to me this week, I'll offer you a discount on that reading, and it can be scheduled at any time. It could also be a reading on any of the dragon cards that have been pulled thus far. Okay? So going back to this message, how does that really look for us? How do we undergo that metamorphosis? How do we surrender to that, so to speak? So it could be in many different ways for you. Whatever your practices are in your life that help you to be in that meditative place and space. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you've heard me talk about it, doesn't necessarily have to be such a rigid practice of like sitting in lotus and, chanting mantras and things like that. Your life can be your meditation. So it could be a morning walk with your dogs. It could be a stroll in your backyard in your bare feet. It could be walking along the beach. It could be singing and dancing in the privacy of your own home. It could be singing and dancing on stage. So it could be any one of those things. However you move through your life in a grounded and harmonious way is an opportunity to be in a grounded, meditative state of being, reflecting. Those quiet moments where you can reflect on just that, on how you can move meditation into every day of your life. Also reflecting on where that wisdom comes from, that ancient wisdom that we are ascending to, right? So that we've pulled through each incarnation that we've had up to this point. We've carried through that ancient wisdom. We've been tapping in and tuning into our higher wisdom, our higher consciousness, that collective consciousness. And this is what we are ready to cultivate now. So we've planted these seeds, and it's time to create that terrarium and cultivate those seeds and create that greenhouse effect, so to speak, for the seeds that we've been planting and help cultivate them so that they can grow. And the black dragons want to offer that support for us as we do that. They want to provide that cocoon. So you can see that in the card here. There's this bubble kind of greenhouse terrarium, and the seeds that we have planted are growing, and we are manifesting that divine wisdom, that higher knowledge, and expressing that in our daily lives. And the scene here, these ancient rocks, this cave, this is what I'm getting the impression that is in this message, is that ancient wisdom that comes through, that's always been there, but that we are really tapped into right now. So as you've been watching, if you've been watching this series with me, you know that Spirit and the dragons will have me look at a symbol as well. So a symbol that is related to this message. So I am going to do that now. I'm going to pause the recording. And when I come back, I'll let you know what that symbol is and the messages that came through with that symbol. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. And the symbol that came through was a snow globe. So you know those objects that have the globe that sits on top of a base, and there's a scene inside, and it's filled with water, and sometimes there's little speckles of it, and if you shake it, the little speckles fall like snow. Or little sparkles, or can't think of the word, those little sparkle confetti type glitter. So the glitter's in the water, or the white little specks are in the water, and you shake it and it looks like snow. So that is the symbol. The message that came through with this symbol is, as we are stepping stronger into our divine ways of being and moving through our lives, really being spirit-led, there are times when we can feel like we are a spectacle for others to observe, because the ways that we are moving through the world may look a lot different than the normal, quote unquote, way of moving through the world, the normal way that we are taught to move through the world, the normal way that we are expected, quote unquote, to move through the world. And so when we are doing that differently, when we are moving to the beat of our own drum, when we are being unapologetically ourselves, sometimes for those that may feel uncomfortable about that, they may begin kind of looking at us in a very potentially judgmental way. Maybe it's even curiosity, but from the perspective of those of us that are walking in an unapologetic way on that path for our unique way and our unique selves, we can sometimes feel like we're being judged or ostracized or a spectacle. Look at that, dragon lady. She talks about dragons every week. What is she talking about? I don't see any dragons. So also that perspective of how this energy work, this spiritual work, this talking about frequencies and the ascension of humanity, from some people's perspective who don't have an understanding or an awareness, may kind of categorize it as that kind of voodoo stuff, So this is sometimes the way that it can feel when we are being objectified, when those of us who are doing this work are really stepping into our path and into our strengths about it, and then we get judgment thrown at us. So it's like being in that snow globe of like, everybody's looking at us and, trying to just figure out, what what to make of us, because it's different than what is normal. So I did heal and clear that symbol. And again, the symbol technique that I use is really just a way to hone in on that energy that we want to take a look at, that we want to maybe move out of our energy field. And again, you've heard me mention too that sometimes symbols can come through as affirmations. And in the healing process of a symbol, I just ground it with a golden healing energy cord to the center of the earth. And I infuse that symbol with golden healing energy. I remind that symbol that we are in this present moment on this day, August 31st, 2025, and we no longer need that energy of vulnerability getting in our way. That energy of vulnerability clouds that pathway for the supportive energy of these black dragons. So I did heal that symbol for us. I cleared that symbol for us so we can welcome in these beautiful black dragons and their wonderful protective cocoon-like energy for us as we cultivate and grow our divine potential. So that is the message for today with that symbol. Please feel free to reach out, leave a comment, ask a question. If you're curious about anything that I don't talk about on this series, let me know, and I can include that in future card pulls. So again, the Black Dragon is the card for the week of August 31st, 2025. All right, until next time.